really sensational, really outrageous, I would say, video message from a person who received, who actually revolutionized the world by revealing the, by leaking the information
I'd like to ask you a question
about American Secret Services, Edward Snowden.
And the bulk collection of private records by intelligence and law enforcement services. Recently in the United States, 2 independent White House investigations, as well as a federal court, all concluded that these programs are ineffective in stopping terrorism. They also found that they unreasonably intrude into the private lives of ordinary citizens, individuals who have never been suspected of any wrongdoing or criminal activity, and that these kind of programs are not the least intrusive means available to such agencies for these investigative purposes. Now, I've seen little public discussion of Russia's own involvement in the policies of mass surveillance. So I'd like to ask you, does Russia intercept, store, or analyze in any way the communications of millions of individuals? And do you believe that simply increasing the effectiveness of intelligence or law enforcement investigations can justify placing societies rather than subjects under surveillance? Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Putin, I guess you understand the question overall. We have seen you talk to world leaders and Mr. Snowden as well. I will try to translate.
The American version of English is a little different from the kind of English I'm used to. He was asking about surveillance over online activity on the internet.
So, yeah, he was interested whether Russia collects any kind of personal information of the users, and the US judiciary has said that this method of wiretapping is not effective, efficient enough to fight terrorism. And he also said something about intervention into privacy. Snowden has said that he did observe and monitor the debate about on this issue in Russia, and he asked you whether Russia is interested and has ever been involved in intercepting the calls of millions of people, of ordinary citizens, and whether you believe it is justified action, whether you think it's fair to introduce this kind of mass control.
Mr. Snowden, you are a former agent, a spy. I used to be working for an intelligence service. We are going to talk one professional language. First of all, our intelligence efforts are strictly regulated by our law. So how special forces can use this kind of special equipment as they intercept phone calls or follow someone online, and you have to get a court permission to stalk a particular person. We don't have a mass system of such interception, and according to our law, with our law, it cannot exist. Of course, we know that criminals and terrorists use technology for their criminal acts, and of course, special services have to use technical means to respond to their crimes, and including those of terrorist nature. Of course, we do some efforts like that, but we do not have a mass-scale, uncontrollable efforts like that. I hope we won't do that, and we don't have as much money as they have in the States, and we don't have these technical devices that they have in the States. Our special services, thanks God, are strictly controlled by the society and by the law, and